What up, everybody? When Beauty in Black Season 2 premieres September 11th, we'll see Kimmy stepping into power for the first time in her life. But as she steps into power, she'll also be stepping into the lion's den with the Bellary family also. So power's not going to be given to Kimmy, she's going to have to take it. But before I get into the trailer breakdown, let me go over a few things going on in the background that have a major impact on the storyline. First being the Bellary family will that has all kinds of clauses in it, basically keeping the family united and preventing them from going to war with each other. Then there's also the class action lawsuit against the Beauty in Black company that could not only take the company under, but it could also cost the Bellary family everything. The trailer starts out with Horace talking to Kimmy, now out of the hospital, recovering at his own home in his bed, telling Kimmy that the company is hers now, but if she doesn't take it, they will. Then at this point we see Kimmy, Rain, and Sylvie walking into Horace's mansion and their new life, as it also shows flashes of all the people who Horace was talking about when he said they will. Basically, everyone who wants to see Kimmy taken off the board already. Mallory, Roy, Olivia, Varney, Charles, Norman, and last but not least, Jules. And there's also a couple other clips from the trailer from this same scene with Kimmy replying to Horace that she's never ran a company before. Then Horace tells Kimmy that she's smart, ruthless, and calculated, and that's why he chose her. Then there's a few clips from the continuation of the end of season 1 with Horace still in the hospital, right after him and Kimmy got married, and the rest of the Bellary family's reaction after finding out the news, with Olivia saying that Horace married a whore to get even, and also mentioned how much money they're all going to be losing because of that. And when his mother said that, it shows Roy with an evil smirk on his face, taking a sip of his liquor, keeping in mind that Kimmy was originally his whore, but of course, by no choice of her own. And Roy knows firsthand how dangerous, ruthless, and calculated Kimmy can be as well. Then later on in the trailer, there's a clip of Roy and Kimmy face to face in Kimmy's office at Beauty in Black. Then there's another clip from the same scene with Norman angry and saying this is only the beginning. Norman's been pissed off since he was introduced at the beginning of the series when his wife was hit by Mallory and ultimately ended up dying. And another clip from this same scene with the Bellary family all sitting together to find out this news, and Mallory telling someone, as long as they've been around this family, they should have known that by now. My guess is that she's telling that to Varney because everybody else in that scene is part of the Bellary family. Then it shows Mallory telling Roy and Jules she wants to know everything about Kimmy, with another scene later on in the trailer with Mallory telling Jules that breaking bitches is her pleasure. So we're definitely going to see Mallory plotting against Kimmy, all while smiling in her face, trying to act like she's her friend. Keep it in mind, at the end of the day, Horace, Norman, or Olivia don't really know the truth about how ruthless Mallory actually is. And with that said, there's another clip with Kimmy at the pool, and we know from the teaser video that Mallory walks up to her at this point and says, "Welcome to the family." Then it shows Mallory knocking at a hotel room door and Felicia from the club opening up that door. She's likely digging for information into Kimmy, also potentially trying to get information in regards to Sylvie or Rain as well. Another clip shows Horace's butler giving Kimmy her own credit card, with Rain telling Kimmy that they're rich bitch. Then it shows Kimmy, Rain, and Sylvie shopping with a whole bunch of shopping bags in their hands. Keep it in mind that all three of them come from nothing, and it's most likely the first time they've been shopping like that their whole lives. But then it shows Kimmy telling Rain she doesn't know if they can trust this, and says that they're not safe there. Then it shows Alex, who works for Jules, who it looks like is going to be Kimmy's security guard and driver this season, with another clip of Jules telling Alex to stay close to Kimmy and that she's dangerous. Then it shows Kimmy and Alex face to face, with Kimmy looking at Alex like she doesn't know if she can trust him. And personally, I don't know why Horace or Kimmy are having anything to do with anybody connected to Jules at this point. Especially Kimmy, she needs to stay as far away from Jules' people as possible. But with that said, now that Kimmy has the power, maybe she can flip Alex. Then it shows Roy and Mallory face to face, with Roy telling Mallory that she really killed that woman. most likely talking about his aunt, because they showed a clip from when Mallory ran her over right after that. But of course, it could also be talking about someone else, maybe even Lena the attorney, who filed the class action lawsuit against Beauty and Black. Keeping in mind at one point, Mallory told Jules that she wants her murdered in the street. But with that said, we also got to believe we haven't heard the last of the storyline of Mallory running over her aunt either. Either though they did use the scapegoat in season 1, I definitely think that Norman could end up finding out the truth anyway. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Roy was the one who ended up telling him. But of course, it would have to be in a way that wouldn't implicate himself as an accomplice. Then it doesn't actually show the clip of what's going on, but we hear a voiceover of Mallory telling somebody she's the boss here. So I think this is most likely Mallory and Kimmy talking to each other, with Kimmy trying to take power and Mallory letting her know that she's the boss. Because at the end of the day, Mallory has been running the company for a while now, and she's just not going to sit back and watch Kimmy take her spot. Then we get our first look at Angel in jail, with another clip of him telling Jules, while he's still in jail, that he wouldn't want to piss him off. Then another clip of Angel in jail pounding his fist against a table. So like Rain was in the hospital for most of season 1, I do wonder how much of season 2 will Angel be in jail for. And ultimately, if he'll betray Kimmy, possibly even with Jules, so he can get out of jail. Not to mention, he also has dirt on Horace. Then it shows a scene with Charles screaming, which is definitely interesting because Charles is someone who doesn't really care about too much and normally doesn't show any type of emotion. Another clip has Norman and Olivia talking, with Olivia telling Norman that she's not going to let Kimmy take what's hers. And we already know from season 1 just how dangerous both Olivia and Norman can be. A few scenes later, it shows some kind of hit squad walking up to somebody's mansion. It looks like Charles's, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Let me know what you think in the comments. But it did have another clip of someone who looks to be from that same hit squad in Charles's house, saving him from bullets coming at him. And there's also another clip from the teaser that shows what looks like Charles running through his house away from these same people. Next we have Rain telling Kimmy to think about her sister, with Kimmy replying to Rain that she is thinking about her sister. Then it shows Sylvie in a car crying. So we already knew going into season 2 that Sylvie was Kimmy's weakness, and it definitely looks like somebody gets to her. Whether it's Olivia, Norman, Jules, or even Mallory is still to be determined. Then it shows Horace, what looks to be killing someone with his cane, with 3 of his guards. One looks to be the family lawyer Varney, holding the person down as Horace kills them. So the big question is, who is Horace taking out with his cane? I think it's most likely either Jules or Norman, with there also being a chance of it being Angel, because like I said, Angel has dirt on Horace, and I can see him potentially betraying both Horace and Kimmy in season 2. Then it shows Mallory telling someone the way to get the devil off your ass is to be a bigger devil. And with that said, there's also another clip of Rain and Alex knocking at a motel door. Then it shows Alex in the same motel with his gun drawn and a silencer on his pistol. With another clip from what looks like could be the same scene, with Rain confronting the guy who gave her the bad surgery that almost killed her. Then it shows somebody's house exploding and burning to the ground. Again, I can't tell for sure whose house this is, but I don't think it's anybody from the Bellary family. Keeping in mind they live on that private road, and this house looks like it's in a neighborhood, either though it's still a big house. So with that said, it might be Jules' house that explodes. Let me know what you think in the comment. And the final scene from the trailer shows Kimmy walking right into the middle of the Lion's Den, in the Beauty and Black offices, with the entire Bellary family waiting on her, and Mallory telling her that she's glad that she could join them, with Kimmy replying to Mallory that she didn't come to join them, she came to lead them. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.